Hey, how are you doing? Do you remember that some weeks ago around the world we're celebrating the death and the resurrection of Jesus? That Sunday I was in my church and I was listening to the preaching that it was on Luke 24, and I received something really deep. So I want to read some verses to give you a context about the story, and I'm going to comment after that. On verse 13 says, "And behold, two of them went that same day to a village called Emmaus, which was from Jerusalem about threescore furlongs. And they talked together of all these things which had happened. And it came to pass that while they communed together and reasoned, Jesus himself drew near and went with them. But their eyes were holden that they should not know him. And he said unto them, What manner of communications are these that ye have one to another as ye walk and are sad? And the one of them, whose name was Cleopas, answering said unto him, Art thou only a stranger in Jerusalem, and hast not known the things which are come to pass there in these days? And he said unto them, What things? And they said unto him, Concerning Jesus of Nazareth, which was a prophet mighty in deed and word before God and all the people, and how the chief priests and our rulers delivered him to be condemned to death, and have crucified him. But we trusted that it had been he which should have redeemed Israel. And beside all this, today is the third day since these things were done. So these two people, they knew Jesus. Probably they saw his miracles, his great things that he made on Israel. And several times Jesus said that he was going to die, but he was going to resurrect on the third day. So the first day after his death, we don't see nothing about the first day in these verses. So probably their faith was okay without problems, and they continue um, going ahead. Then the second day happened and nothing different. But on the third day, when the day that God chose to answer the prayers of these people, and when he made his promise, or he accomplished his promise, they lost their faith. When Jesus resurrected and he returned, he arose from the dead, their faith was broken. They lost their faith. Just in the day when they were going to receive the answer to their desire. I think these people were pretty involved with Jesus, and they were suffering, they were missing him, but they forgot about what Jesus said to them. I'm going to resurrect on the third day. So don't lose your faith, don't lose your focus, because I'm going to come back. You are not going to be alone. And you can ask me, and what is that about me? I wasn't working to Emmaus on that time. Probably God promised something to you, to your life. Maybe you have a desire. Maybe you are praying for something specifically for some time. And maybe tonight is the time that God is going to answer your prayer. And maybe your faith is broken. Maybe your faith is lost. Just in the time when God is going to respond, when God is going to give you what are you asking for. If that is the case, I want to encourage you to come back, not to Emmaus, not to your old life, because these people, they lost their faith and they preferred to come back to the old identity they had, to the old place where they lived, because when they were with Jesus, when they were following him, they moved to another place. But when the things, the situations were out of control, when they felt that Jesus wasn't going to come back, they preferred to stop, to forget their new life and come back to the old life, to the old people they met, to the old things they did, and not the new things. So they were lost. Then Jesus appeared in their way to the old life. And in first place, Jesus asked them, "What are you talking about? What is in your mind? What is in your heart? What is in your mouth? What things are you talking right now?" So Jesus was really concerned about their situation. So he wanted to listen to them in first place. Then he said to them, "I'm here, I'm alive, I resurrect. The answer is here, but your faith was lost." And suddenly, in the next verses, Jesus gave them a new opportunity to resurrect their faith in him, to continue the new life he gave to them. So tonight, if you lost your faith, if you believe that God forgot you, that God is not going to answer your prayers, and you are going to continue in this situation you are living, in this process you are experiencing, I want to encourage you to continue. You can be completely honest with God, because he wants to listen to us, to listen what are our conversations about, what is in our heart, what is in our mind. He wants to listen to us, and then he has more than enough power to resurrect our faith, to resurrect our life, to resurrect uh, us completely. I desire that tonight you can have a time with God, and I'm sure that he wants to do something really important and special in your life. May God bless you.